Okay, so what I got here is the new deluxe reissue of the Beatles White Album. I've been looking forward to this for a little while since it was announced. And a little bit of background to this, the original came out on the 22nd of November 1968 and it sold nearly 2 million copies in its first week in the US alone, which is astounding really. I mean, nowadays, you know, if you stream a song a couple million times, it's no big deal, but then people don't have to reach into their pockets to stream it. The fact that people actually went out and bought what was only really the third major rock double album after Blonde on Blonde and Electric Ladyland, and 2 million US citizens went out and bought it in its first week, shows what a cultural phenomenon it was. So it's 50th anniversary of its release, and Giles Martin, George Martin's son, has been spearheading a remix, and this follows the complete remix of Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's, which came out last year, and hopefully it's going to be following the same kind of deluxe format as that record, which I found a very satisfying experience to buy and own. So here we go. Okay, so the Beatles Anniversary Edition, 6 CDs and a Blu-ray. Wow, I can't wait to get into this. Really nice, laminated. You can see that the word The Beatles is embossed, and it's got a serial number on it, just as the original did. And these pictures are black and white facsimiles of the colour photographs that were slipped into the gatefold sleeve of the original LP. So let's just crack this one open and see what we got. Now, in terms of the music itself, there's a big discrepancy between the stereo and mono versions of the White Album. I'm sure that most of the people listening to this don't need me to give them any more Beatles history on this, but there are many major differences, including the track Helter Skelter being more than a minute longer in the stereo version, and with Ringo famously shouting, "I got blisters on my fingers." I think that those are the kind of decisions they're going to have to make, and I think from what I've read they were going to be leaning largely towards the stereo versions. Although there are many things in the mono that I like, and I would hope that they would have taken into account. For instance, the plane noises in the mono version of Back in the USSR aren't so prevalent, and that's something I prefer in the mono mix. So, got a nice, look at that, that's sweet. So you open the plastic laminate, and the Beatles faces on the front and the track listing on the back are on the laminate, and here you just have a really nice hardback book format, the Beatles embossed on the front and the serial number here. Get a load of this. Now, open up. CD 1, 2, there's the Blu-ray, so this would be the original album. I'm not sure what the Blu-ray is for, but I can't wait to find out. And look at this, this is beautiful. You've got an entire hardback book with essays on the making of the album, some beautiful contemporary photos of the Beatles in recording and production. You've got production notes here, lyric notes, and again production notes on the album itself, and then a track by track breakdown of each record. I mean, this has got to be 100 pages, maybe more. This is a fantastic piece of work. And then inside here at the back, I think this is going to be a replica of, so this is a replica of the original colour slip out photographs of the band that were released in the original gatefold sleeve of the record. And then here you've got a replica of the original lyric sheet, which was in a poster style and opens out with a beautiful collage of the band on the back. And that's it, really. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you could slip into your bookcase. It looks like a beautiful book. It's got that classic white embossed look to it. It looks like an art book. It looks like a coffee table book. And inside you've got the CDs, and I'm sure there are further CDs in here because it's a 5 CD set, or even a 6 CD set, they were saying. So where is that? Oh yeah, here we go. CD 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I've got 6 CDs here. Now the music itself, I know CDs 1 and 2 are the new mixes of the album. I believe that CDs 3, 4 and 5 are the album in rehearsal and in production, so different versions, early versions of the album. I know that there are a couple of George Harrison songs here that didn't make it onto the record. There's a track called Circles, and there's one called Sour Milk Sea, which he ended up giving to Jackie Lomax. But these are his demos of these songs. And there's also a CD of the band when the band arrived in Isha after they'd been out to India and played pretty much all the songs on acoustic guitar. And there's a Lennon track called Child of Nature, which he later used as the basis for his song Jealous Guy. I have no idea what CD6 is, but I can't wait to find out, and the Blu-ray also. So here it is, the Beatles White Album. It's a fantastic production of this. I think this has got to be the definitive collector's edition. If you value this record as much as I do, it was a key record in my life. I think that now I'm finally very pleased to say that I own the definitive version of this record. Thank you for watching.